Um, Hi guys. It's been a while since I've done one of these kinds of videos again, and I should probably get this over with before I leave to see one more viewing of Predator Badlands with my friend in IMAX 3D later today. Um, so here's what I have to say. Um, this video I'm putting out is a direct message to the leader of the Walt Disney Company for the next 13 months before he retires, Mr. Bob Iger. As I want to, for a lack of a better word, rant about a lot of things that have frustrated me with his decision making over the last couple months, I'd say. Well, Mr. Bob Iger, sir, I don't mean to sound rude or anything, but oh man, you're really not making the best decisions right now before you retire, and it's kind of showing. Now, this is regarding three issues here. The first being Pixar. Like, really, Mr. Iger, sir, we're like 4 months out from the first release of Pixar for their 40th anniversary 2026 next year, and that's their 30th feature film, Hoppers. And we've still not had a new trailer yet, let alone an update for maybe a potential delay of the release by only 1 week, where you delay it from March 6th to March 13th so it can be able to have IMAX screens for at least a weekend and be able to open at number one. Like, that's not cool. It's no wonder why, as much as I believe, as much as I believe both movies will be good, it's no wonder that Toy Story 5 is probably going to get more attention from you than Hoppers. And I really hope that you at least show that won't be the case, and that there'll be equal time for both films to be properly marketed and promoted as well, along with hopefully better trailers and a more aggressive, active marketing campaign in the coming final months for Hoppers. So first things first, Mr. Iger, I really need you to really rev up the marketing for Hoppers in a couple weeks with the new trailer, along with name dropping it in your upcoming fourth quarter earnings call for the year 2025 next week, when you have the Disney earnings call, quarterly call for the year, the last one, because I really feel like I really am a bit frustrated that you don't give your original films enough attention, let alone some of your original animated films as well. And I fear you're going to repeat that mistake again, not just next year with Pixar's Hoppers, but also Disney Animation's Hex, which comes out next Thanksgiving, and also Pixar's Gato, which comes out in 2027. So I'm hoping that you change that fast before you retire. And on the topic of Gato, you really need to give it a new release date, but not delay it to 2028. You need to find some place to put in 2027 where it will be able to have some time to itself before other movies come in. And that's why what I think, and my hope for you to listen, is that you delay Pixar's Gato to Labor Day weekend, Friday, September 3rd, 2027, for a couple reasons. One, because it'll give it a good shot of having IMAX screens to itself for a couple of weeks, give or take. Two, because you and your people at Disney have already had proven success over Labor Day weekend once before with Marvel Studios' Shang-Chi back in 2021, which maybe was different because of COVID, but still broke records regardless. And I feel like that's the best opportunity you have left to put Gato in a better release date without moving it all the way to March, where you'll overwork animators and potentially have Dune Messiah crushing it if Dune Messiah is delayed from Avengers Doomsday's current Christmas 2026 release date of December 18th to March 5th, 2027. And don't get me started on delaying it a whole year to March 2028, because that would be a big mistake for that film, as you made with Elio when you delayed that film to rework it to maybe more or less make it the best movie that it could have been, but still made it a failure just to make people worry that it was a disaster behind the scenes. Not necessarily a quality movie, but like the production troubles. And I'm like, I don't think we need to delay that to March 2028 either. So considering how Labor Day weekend's like your only best opportunity left to give Gato a good Labor Day week, a good release date where it can be able to Also come out post a world premiere, maybe at the Venice Film Festival, since Gatto is set in Venice. I would suggest you really consider giving Gatto a Labor Day weekend 2027 release, because there's no other release date in 2027 it may work. And I know you're not going to give up mostly all of your release dates, especially for Frozen 3, Star Wars Starfighter, Bluey the movie, The Simpsons movie 2, Avengers Secret Wars, etc. So if you're listening, Bob Iger, I would really hope that you put Pixar's Gatto on Labor Day Friday, September 3rd, 2027, to give it a shot at being number one when it comes out and legging out in the weeks to come, even as summer ends and fall begins that year. So there's that. P.S. Toy Story 5 is also an important film for Pixar, just as Hopper's is, with that one film being its 30th feature film, because Toy Story 5 will be the film that also marks not only 31 films for Pixar, since they began 31 years ago from that year, come next year with the original Toy Story, but also the film that marks Pixar's 40th anniversary. And I'm hoping you really make it special by having Randy Newman come back to score the music, just as you got Ludwig Göransson to come back for the Star Wars The Mandalorian Grogu, after he skipped season 3 of The Mandalorian. And also, with Conan O'Brien being in your Toy Story 5 as Smarty Pants, I'm hoping that you can be able to have him be the one to write the outtakes and bloopers for Toy Story 5, as it could mark the first Pixar film to have end credits bloopers for the first time since Monsters, Inc. back in 2001, almost 25 years ago. So in terms of what I need from you from Pixar, just give Hoppers more active marketing in the coming weeks, plus a week-long delay to March 13th so we can get IMAX screens. Delay Gatto to Labor Day weekend 2027 so it can be able to have IMAX screens and be number one for a couple weeks. It's the best release date, and so won't be clobbered by a crowded June 2027 slate that already has Shrek 5, How to Train Your Dragon 2, Beyond Spider-Man, Beyond the Spider-Verse, and more. And also make sure you have Randy Newman come back to score the music and do new songs for Toy Story 5, and have Conan O'Brien write and material for the outtakes and in credits bloopers for that film, to bring back a Pixar tradition long gone over the last 25 years. And finally, on the topic of Star Wars, man, I'm glad you at least remembered to market The Mandalorian Grogu earlier than usual, but like, I didn't hate the trailer as much as everyone else did, but like, that teaser trailer was not the best start to the marketing. Hell, I would say even the trailer for Star Wars The Mandalorian Grogu from Celebration Japan, which I got to see at Destination D23 in Florida just about over 2 months ago during Labor Day weekend, that was a much better trailer, and I'm very disappointed to see that maybe you didn't have the best start to the marketing for this film. But hopefully, I really need you to change that, because I still see this film being a sleeper success with $500 million against a supposed $144 to $166 million budget. So please, Mr. Iger, you've got to really take the marketing for The Mandalorian Grogu seriously, because this is the only shot you've got to really show that Star Wars can still thrive on the big screen after your fumbles with the sequel trilogy. Because right now, you're really facing backlash for that Ben Solo movie not being made. And look, I personally feel like it was probably a financially reasonable decision to cancel it. But I know a lot of people don't agree. But like, people have to understand, like, the Star Wars sequel trilogy is not that well received, and it had diminishing returns after every film. So I can't really say you made let's just say, like, I could see like one side to maybe canceling, even if most sides don't agree. But like, you got to do better with The Mandalorian Grogu's marketing, Mr. Iger. Like, my hope is that you'll have a better trailer next to Avatar Fire and Ash in December, because I know you have an Avengers Doomsday teaser trailer set for Avatar, but you got to make a Mandalorian Grogu trailer that's as good as the one we've got from Celebration Japan and put it with Avatar Fire and Ash, because I really don't want this film to fail. I have to be scolded and laughed at for believing in the film and rooting for it. Also hoping you can fix the film's coloring and cinematography as well before that film's released, because you have 6.5 months left. I'm sure you can fix some stuff up. And lastly, in terms of the 3 films I'm hoping you and folks at Disney bring to the Super Bowl next year to show spots for, I need them to be Pixar's Hoppers, Star Wars The Mandalorian Grogu, and Toy Story 5. Because I feel like those 3 films before Avengers Doomsday are your shared chances for your successes next year, whereas I feel like live-action Moana will flop. So put those 3 films to the Super Bowl and nothing else. All right. Thank you, Mr. Iger. You have a good day. Bye, everyone. Take care. Bye.